All right, big debate in the Republican Party back and forth. Do you want Donald Trump to be the voice of the party? Well, certainly the media is fixated on him. In fact, we were doing a study of this that in the last week alone, he has gotten over 70% of the media coverage on these Republican candidates. It's one thing to be popular in the polls, but obviously that is even disproportionate with that. I wonder how Mike Huckabee thinks about that, the presidential candidate, former Arkansas governor, joining us right now from Little Rock. Governor, does that bug you on a level, on any level, that Donald Trump is sucking all the oxygen out of the political room?
Not as long as you'll show me a little love here, Neil, and just keep me on, bring me back every day for the next several weeks so that we can have some parity.
Understood.
Look, it's part of the process, and I've been through this before. So some candidates are going to, emerge with a lot of publicity, and then somebody else will get, the attention for a while. It's all part of this long and sometimes painful process we call the presidential primary.
But I do wonder, Governor, whether the media is trying, for good or ill, usually when it comes to the media for ill, to paint all the candidates with the same brush, especially when it comes to his view of Mexicans and immigrants. I doubt very much Donald Trump is a racist, but that's how he has been portrayed. You want to distinguish yourself not too long ago talking about this unreasonable approach to immigration, all but saying that the kind of things he was saying were not. But on this approach to immigration and how you stand and how you might differentiate yourself not only from him but from others in the field, how would you describe it?
I think that for many of us, this is a matter of making sure we separate legal immigrants from illegal, focusing on the fact that there are most people coming to this country because they want the opportunities that America affords. That's a compliment to America. It's an affirmation of who we are. It's a testament to America being that land where people look forward to getting to so that they can live a better life. That's what makes America attractive to people. We should never apologize for that. But the fact that we have not secured our own border, something I've pledged in my first year as president to do, and if that sounds a little audacious, Neil, 73 years ago, we built a road, 1,700 miles worth of road between British Columbia and Alaska, and we did it in less than a year. And that was with the engineering technology of 73 years ago under the adverse conditions of the Arctic North. I know we can secure the border if we have a mind to do it, if we have the will to do it, and if we have a president who will actually say, let's get it done. That's our problem. We haven't had a federal government that wanted to do what it needs to do to even secure our own border.
But do you worry that even though you're talking about illegal immigrants, to stop illegal immigrants, that this translates to be anti-Latino, that you're hurting the party with Latinos, and that's the way Donald Trump's remarks have been spun, that this is a party that just has it out for Latinos. What do you say?
Well, that would be an assumption that the only people crossing the border are Hispanics, and that's simply not the case. One of the concerns that many of us have is that if it were just people coming to pick tomatoes and make beds and go to work somewhere and get a better job, that's one thing. But what we have people coming from Arab countries, we have people coming from China, we have people coming from all over the world. They just know that if they want to get in and they don't have the necessary paperwork and legal standing to do it, they can just come to the southern border and walk right across. That is the reason that's a concern. And I do think Republicans have to be very clear to separate that we're not against a particular nationality of people coming. We just want to have control of our border. We want people to come here if they want to come for the same reason that Americans want to live here. I think we've made the mistake of thinking that the question is how many people should immigrate to America. The question is, why are they immigrating? If they're coming here because they want to love this country, they embrace its law and its values, they want to learn English, assimilate into our culture, then that's one thing. If they want to come because they hear we have free food, free education, free health care, they can push to, hear it in their own language, they can stomp on our flag, burn it down if they want, and we'll still let them vote and get a driver's license. Oh, and by the way, if they'd like to do some criminal activity, we'll allow that too. Well, that's a whole different issue, and that is the reason we need to control our borders.
Do you get a sense, and I know you're in that camp that is drawing a lot of the Christian vote, a lot of the religious vote. Ted Cruz, I guess, by extension, is in that same camp. He just finished speaking with our Trish Regan governor, and the issue of Donald Trump came up as well. I want you to see if you can listen to this.
In this past week, a whole lot of Republicans have run out of their way to smack Donald Trump because he had the temerity to actually speak out about the danger of illegal immigration. And I'll tell you, we need to solve this problem and not engage in this doublespeak where we don't acknowledge the real threats that we face in this country.
The reason that caught my attention, Governor, is Donald Trump has said something bad about every candidate, including you, although not to the degree of the others, except Ted Cruz. He has not said anything bad about Ted Cruz, nor Ted Cruz anything bad about Donald Trump. Do you read anything into that, one way or the other?
Not really. I mean, with so many people in the race, it's just kind of an honor to be included in the comments, good or bad, and I'll accept that. I've made a commitment not to get into nitpicking with other candidates. Some people will say something about me, and I blow it off and let it go. I'm not going to engage in evaluating the other candidates.
I never do that. I never forget a slight.
I know, and that's why I'm running for president, Neil, and you aren't.
I'm not.
That's the real reason.
Governor, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure, sir.
You bet.